What's up, everyone? Welcome back. This is going to sound wild. New reports suggest it could take as much as $250,000 a year just to be considered middle class in America. And if that shocks you, here's the kicker. A recent study found that people earning over $200,000 a year are just as likely to be living paycheck to paycheck as those under $100,000. Translation, unless you're in the top 1%, getting ahead is getting harder. So today we're doing a full breakdown, how to optimize your money at every major milestone, proven strategies to accelerate your income no matter where you start, and practical shortcuts to build wealth faster than you probably think is possible. Because the sooner you understand how the game is played, the sooner you can avoid the biggest mistakes people make. Quick note before we dive in. If you like brutally honest finance breakdowns and you find this helpful, tap the like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel. All right, let's get into it. The big idea, why the first milestones matter. Before we talk about managing hundreds of thousands or even millions, we need to focus on the foundation, $10,000. Financially, your first 10K changes everything. It's a psychological and practical threshold. Why 10K? Because it covers most minor emergencies, buys you breathing room for groceries and bills, and gives you the confidence that a job loss won't immediately throw you into crisis. In short, it converts financial fragility into basic stability. So get your first 10K as fast as you can, legally, of course. But once you have it, how do you use it as a launchpad? Based on what actually works, here are 5 rules that matter at this stage. 1. Learn money-making skills. At this level, skill beats capital. Master something that reliably produces income. Sales, software, trades, writing, digital marketing. Develop an edge so you're irreplaceable. 2. Optimize your income. Your paycheck matters more than your investment returns right now. Work extra, pick up side gigs, learn higher value skills. Every extra dollar you earn compounds better than the same dollar saved without increasing income. 3. Avoid destructive debt. At this stage, debt can set you back decades. Prioritize buying things you can afford and defer lifestyle upgrades until you have solid foundations. 4. Network constantly. Who you know matters early. Connect with people ahead of you and learn from them. Sometimes a single introduction can change everything. 5. Fight lifestyle inflation. This is the silent wealth killer. When your income rises, resist upgrading your life at the same pace. Save the surplus instead. Follow these, and 10K becomes the seed that turns into something much larger. Level up why 10K is a turning point. If 10K gives you safety, 100K gives you freedom. At 100K, you're insulated against most emergencies. Your decisions stop being purely survival-driven, and you can take calculated risks that pay off big. This is also where investments start doing heavy lifting. Returns compound in a way that accelerates growth. The higher your base, the faster absolute dollar growth happens on percentage gains. Here's how to act once you're at 100K milestone. 1. Invest consistently. Set up automatic contributions and dollar cost average. The habit is more important than timing the market. 2. Avoid massive mistakes. People often make their biggest errors between 100K and 900K. Over-leveraging, risky concentrated bets, and lifestyle inflation. Protect against those. 3. Prioritize income growth. At this point, boosting your earnings yields outsized results. Focus on high-income skills or business scaling. 4. Get tax savvy. A good accountant or tax advisor can keep far more money in your pocket legally. Understand deductions and strategies relevant to your situation. 5. Practice patience. Wealth builds over time. Small, consistent actions compound into large results. If you do this right, 100K is often the bridge to your first million. The $1,000,000 inflection. For many people, once investments reach a certain scale, they start generating returns that can exceed job income. A 20% market move on a sizable portfolio can produce life-changing sums without you lifting a finger. Here's a practical framework to protect and grow wealth around the $1,000,000 mark. 1. Diversify. Don't concentrate everything in one stock, one property, or one sector. Spreading risk preserves capital through market cycles. 2. Protect downside. Insurance, structures like LLCs, and alternate income streams help insulate you from shocks like job loss, health crises, or litigation. 3. Limit exposure per risk. Keep any single risk under 20% of net worth. That prevents catastrophic losses from taking you back to square one. 4. Get a skilled tax advisor. As balances grow, more sophisticated tax planning becomes worthwhile. 5. Prioritize health. The more you accumulate, the more valuable your time and health become. Protect both, they're central to enjoying wealth. At this level, financial decisions are less about survival and more about preservation and quality of life. The $10 million perspective. When you get into the tens of millions, math changes again. Returns on capital make some forms of work less attractive. Many wealthy people say that more money eventually complicates life more than it enriches it. Lawsuits, privacy concerns, and the challenge of trusting relationships. If you reach this stage, your key priorities shift to wealth conservation, time optimization, and legacy planning. Estate planning is critical. Without it, decades of work can evaporate through poor planning or family disputes. Outsource low-value tasks. Time becomes the most precious asset. Insurance and risk management must be airtight. Keep a sleep-at-night fund. Conservative, liquid assets that give you runway in a prolonged downturn, 12 to 24 months. Ultimately, the real return of extreme wealth is optionality, the power to choose how to spend your time, but many people who hit this threshold find that their happiest memories are from the early hustling years, the building, not the buying. Practical, actionable steps at every milestone. Across every level, there are recurring themes that compound success. Early stage, 0 to 10K, focus on skill building, income maximization, emergency savings. Growth stage, 10K to 100K, prioritize investing, avoid debt traps, and scale income. Acceleration stage, 100K to 1 million, protect gains, diversify, and tax optimize. Wealth preservation, 1 million plus, estate planning, insurance, and quality of life optimization. Also, don't obsess over tiny expense cuts at the cost of income growth. Boosting your income is always higher leverage than skimping on small daily habits when you're trying to scale meaningfully. Some reality check data points. A few cold facts to keep you grounded. The cost of middle-class living in many metros has surged. 200K to 250K is becoming the new baseline for comfortable middle-class living in expensive cities. Paycheck-to-paycheck stress is affecting people well into six-figure incomes, showing that income alone doesn't guarantee financial health. Grocery and living costs have increased, and food waste remains a hidden drag on household budgets. Simple efficiency gains here can free up meaningful savings. The pattern is consistent. Inflation and rising living costs plus lifestyle creep means higher nominal incomes are often swallowed by higher expenses. That's why strategy matters, not just income. Shortcuts that actually work. There are no guaranteed hacks, but these high-leverage moves repeatedly win. Master one high-income skill, sales, software engineering, product strategy, and double down. Automate investing so discipline beats emotion. Avoid lifestyle inflation when income jumps. Let your net worth grow first. Network intentionally, relationships compound just like money. Protect against major downside, insurance, legal structures, conservative liquidity. Do these consistently and you outpace 90% of people who depend solely on luck or random saving. 3 clear takeaways. 1. Your first $10,000 is power. Use it wisely. It's the buffer that enables risk-taking and compounding. 2. Income beats small savings at every early stage. Focus on growing what you earn before obsessing over every $5 expense. 3. Protect what you build. Diversify, insure, and tax optimize. The losses that destroy wealth are rarely spectacular. They're steady, avoidable, and mundane. Final thought, not a promise, a reality check. Money will change your life, but often not how you expect. Early wins matter more than toys. Growth matters more than frugality alone, and beyond a certain scale, the goal becomes time and freedom, not consumption. If you take one idea away today, let it be this. Build skills that earn, automate habits that save and invest, and protect your downside so you can play the long game. If this helped, hit that like button and subscribe for more clear, no-nonsense financial breakdowns. Drop a comment with which milestone you're at and one change you'll try this month. I read them all. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep building.